Hey everyone, we are live for our Entrepreneur Success event. If you can hear me, if you can see me, please comment, check in, tell us where you're coming in from. If you had a beauty consultant that invited you, go ahead and say, hey, coming in live from Colorado, invited from blah, blah, blah. So just check in, tag your beauty consultant so she knows that you're on as well. My name is Crystal Trojanowski, and I am going to be your host today for this event, which is just so exciting. And I'm excited to hang out with you all for a little bit. I want you guys to know that the more guests that we have on that fill in their entry forms for our free product, the more free products we're going to be giving away. So what that means is that if you have a girlfriend that you want to invite in on here where you think that they would enjoy a fun, inspirational success story, you get double entries. And the more people we have, I'm going to be giving away a free lip tint for every 10 entries. Now, don't worry. This isn't like something probably typical where it's like, enter to win. Give me your social security number and your bank account PIN. Literally, it is your name. We don't even ask for your phone number or anything. If you are one of our winners, your beauty consultant will contact you, or please look for a inbox message Friday in maybe your others folder, because we'll inbox you to get your address to ship you your product. So when we're done with the live, I'm going to post a link. So if you're a guest here, you're going to click the link. There's going to be some multiple choice questions like, what was your favorite thing about tonight? Whatever, and you can just click. And then there's going to be a code word. So we want you guys to listen till the end, and you guys will enter in that code word to make sure that you are actually like on and listening and participating. So hello, Janae Burrell from beautiful San Diego. I am so excited to see you in a couple days. And I hope San Diego's excited to see me. All right, let's see. Who else do we have? Jennifer Smith from Sacramento. Hello, hello. Oh, let me get to the bottom. Yay! All right. Awesome. Charisse tagging her beauty consultant. Crystal Mowdy, happy you're here. Karen tagging her beauty consultant. Awesome. If you're a guest joining us, I see our number growing. Just go ahead and comment hello and where you're from. We are going to get started. All right, let's get started so you guys can get back to whatever you're doing tonight. Happy first day of spring. I wore this outfit just for you guys. I am typically somebody who wears a lot of black, whites, and grays. I went through a season of my life where I was like, I need more color in my life. So I bought a bunch of colored clothes. And then I kind of realized, yeah, it's just not me. But I went through my closet and I found the most brightest thing that yelled, hello spring, just for you guys. I am wearing our new spring lip tint. This is what I'm going to be giving away to you guys today. I love this lip tint. I don't know about you guys, if you guys like to date around. I love dating my husband. It's so much fun. And I like to make out. I love to make out with my husband. And he does not like to make out with me when I am wearing anything on my lips. He hates it. My husband doesn't hate a lot of things, but there are two things he most definitely hates in this world or dislikes with a passion. And that is black licorice, anything with the flavor or smell of black licorice, and glitter. He hates glitter. So when there's like sparkles or anything in your lips, it's just the worst. He hates it. So with this lip tint, I love it because I can put on my bright lip and feel like extra awesome and make out because it doesn't rub off, which is so cool. Okay, check this out. I'm not going to make out with my finger because that'd be weird, but I'll give it a little kiss. Nothing there. So mwah, I love this lip stain. So if you like to date around like me, this is your new best friend. Or like when you're drinking coffee or whatever, it doesn't get anywhere. Okay, so every 10 people that fill out the submission form, I'm going to be giving away one of these lip tints. There are 3 colors. The one that I'm wearing today is the, what is this called? Flora something, Desert Flora, something fancy. Yes, Desert Flora. What I love about this is it's a pen application. I do not know. I have been in the beauty industry for a long time. I've been with Mary Kay for 9 years, and I still don't understand how ladies can be so talented to not even look in the mirror and just be like, do, 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 like line their lips and put their lipstick on so perfect. I just have never been that person. So what I love about this is it's like a felt tip pen. And so it goes on just so nice and easy. And you can line, what I do is I kind of just like line my lips with it real quick and then fill it in. Love this. This is, I think, one of our most popular colors. This is the one I'm selling a lot of. A little bit more brighter. The magenta one is a little bit darker. So more darker skin tones. Love that one. And then the coral is a color, honestly, that's like everyone's friend, even wearing it like as far as clothes. Coral is a complimentary color for everyone, which is awesome. All right, so let's dive into our entrepreneur success story. I'm going to share with you guys my story with Mary Kay, and just frankly, being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is very big right now. There is a statistic out there, and I'm gonna remember it correctly, but out of all the millionaires in the United States, 7% of them are females. Now, don't quote me on this, but it's something very similar. Maybe it's 8%, maybe it's 10, but something around there, you'll get the gist, okay? And out of that 7%, 75% of them come from Mary Kay. Owning your own business is proven statistically to be an entrepreneur, and direct sales specifically is the fastest way for a woman to become a millionaire, which is very, very exciting. And so I became a Mary Kay millionaire in less than 6 years with this company. That does not mean that I have $5 billion or even $1 million sitting in my bank account. That just means that I made a total of $1 million in commissions with Mary Kay Cosmetics in my first 6 years, which is something so far than what I would ever think that would be in an accolade for my life. So being an entrepreneur, y'all, 9 years ago, if someone said to me, you know what, I am just a born entrepreneur, literally in my head, I probably would have thought, what's an entrepreneur? Like, I wouldn't even know what the word means. So let me take you back and tell you a little bit about me, because what I'm hoping is that you can see something in me, in you, to give you more hope, to give you more belief that if you have a burning desire to do something more, and I'm not even saying Mary Kay. Do I want you to join Mary Kay? Duh, yes, of course. I think it's one of the best opportunities on the planet. But let's say you want to open up a clothing shop, a donut shop, or you have this vision that maybe you haven't shared with anyone. I hope that I can share something with you today that can just shine upon you more hope and vision that you can too. Your dreams truly can become your reality. And if a simple woman like me can do it, I know that you can too. So I was born and raised in California. I live in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I live in a suburb of Portland. I'm in Washington State. We've lived here for the last 5 years. We absolutely love it. I am married to the man of my dreams. If any of you guys follow me on social media, it's Mrs. Trojo, because my last name is Trojanowski, and that's a mouthful. So Mrs. Trojo, Trojo, and you would see my post from yesterday that my husband has currently lost 30 pounds since December. I am so stinking proud of him. So we've been super happy married for 11 years. We have 2 kids, my son who is 4 and a half, and my daughter who is 9. My whole life, all I ever wanted to do was to be a mom. Like, that is it. I was a girl who daydreams of just getting married. Like, that was my thing. Like, you want to play dress up? I didn't care about being a princess. I wanted to wear the wedding gown, and I wanted to be a bride. I've just always loved love. And let's see here. My childhood, I would say, was pretty good. I mean, I had parents who loved me and they wanted what's best for me. With that being said, I did have, I guess you can say, a little trauma in my life, but gosh, haven't we all? My parents were divorced before I was born, and I was a completely unexpected child. That wasn't the trauma, okay? My parents were like oil and water. And so I think that it was actually a blessing, because silver lining is I got 2 moms and 2 dads, so more the merrier, right? And I was raised by somebody in my life who was a narcissist. And if any of you guys had anything ever experienced that, look it up, Google it if you want that. I can write a book on empowering women who have dealt with narcissists. But what that led me through my childhood is feeling like I wasn't good enough or smart enough, and nothing I would ever do was good enough. It's very twisted. It took me lots of years to discover why I ticked the way that I did. But that was something that really, I would say, didn't allow me to really believe in myself that I was capable of being anything successful in this world. And so, you know, being a wife and a mom, that just seems so tangible to me, because anybody, I mean, gosh, I can make a man fall in love with me, right? I mean, if Ariel's a mermaid and she can have a human fall in love with her, I mean, I have 2 legs. I should be able to have someone fall in love with me, right? And want to marry me. And then when I was 6, my brother was killed by a drunk driver. And that was obviously massive trauma in my childhood and in my life. And I didn't really realize how much those events in my life would affect me as an adult woman in making decisions that I made, and the belief and all those things in my life. And you know what? I wouldn't trade my life for the world, because I just know that the things that we go through really do create us to who we were meant to be. And if we know that, if any of you guys are in a place of pain in your life, just to know that, you know, pain always has purpose. And when we know that, it will allow us to see the open doors and the blessings that are waiting for you. So that was a little bit of my childhood in a nutshell. I did not like school. I wasn't good at school. I mean, as you can imagine, as a 6-year-old, going through the trauma of losing my brother, I mean, man, I got pretty jacked up from the get-go in kindergarten. You know, so I went from kindergarten to 1st grade, and then they pulled me out of 1st grade, put me back into kindergarten. I was just an angry child, y'all. I just lost my brother. My life just turned upside down. And so school just wasn't like really my thing. Like, I liked recess. That was it. I did always get good grades throughout high school and even as I went on to college, but it just wasn't anything that brought me joy. I wasn't like the natural smart person. I had to like really work for those good grades. So, you know, I wanted to be a teacher. That was kind of my goal that I set, because gosh darn it, I knew that I can be at least as smart as like a 1st grade teacher, right? Like, I can do that. I can at least teach kids. And so that's what I went to college for. I did go to college for 3.5 years until I stopped going. Oh, if you're in college, stay in college. That's just my journey. But after I stopped going to college, I became a preschool teacher because they make so much money. So I became a preschool teacher. And you guys, I loved it. I love kids. I connect with kids. I can have better connection and conversations with kids than I do with adults in the past. And you guys, honestly, looking back now, learning what I know and all the self-growth that I have had from building business for the last 9 years, is that I was just so insecure that it was just easier for me to connect with little humans than big humans. So I was a preschool teacher. You guys, I don't know if any of you guys can relate. I just feel like, I don't know, just a real normal, uneventful life. You know, I'm a typical girl who likes to have a lot of fun. I had a big social life. I dated a bunch of horrible men who treated me like trash. If any of you guys can relate to try to like fix people and make them happy, so glad I got out of that stage. My husband and I have known each other since we were 9. I thought he was the biggest dork. I wanted nothing to do with him. But I think I just needed to maybe experience all the crap to appreciate something so wonderful and amazing in front of me. So after we went on our first date, even though we've known each other since we were 9, it wasn't until, gosh, I was 20, maybe 24, 25, 26, or maybe 25, 25 or 26. We weren't engaged very long. We actually entered ourselves once we started dating, we entered ourselves into a contest to win a wedding, and we won a $65,000 wedding. $65,000 wedding, like shut the front door. And I'm a pretty lucky person, so stick with me and I'll rub off on you. But we weren't even engaged yet. And so when we won the wedding, it actually had the set date of like when you needed to get married. And so it was kind of like a short engagement. But God had good plans with us. So it's all been working out. So that is awesome. And so after we got married, you guys, the only vision I've ever had in my life was getting married and having a family. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants type of person. I love to just be spontaneous and do fun things. I don't really like to have a plan unless it's necessary, because I want to be able to do what I want, when I want. I just love spontaneous and I love having fun. But what I did plan is the most important part of my life, and I wanted it to be by the books. And so I bought a house. We got married. We had corporate jobs at this point where we're working like 8 to 5. We were on salary. We felt really comfortable. We had our first baby. It was a girl. You guys, it was like everything I dreamed of through the trauma, the abusive, relationships I was in with men. Like my life was finally coming together. The skies have parted. The sun is shining. It was like, yes, I can finally just like be happy. And so after my daughter came into this world, my job at the time, I wasn't in it for very long. I don't even think I did it for maybe like a year-ish. I was in IT staffing and business consulting, and that job did not bring me joy. It brought joy to putting money in my bank account, because I like money in my bank account. And I think we all should like money in our bank account because it feels good. I'm not saying that money buys happiness, but it sure does buy choices. And when I have more choices, I'm a little bit more happier. So you can kind of take that as you want. But that job allowed me to buy my first home. It allowed us to start designing that lifestyle that we dreamed of. And gosh, I thought a 40-hour-a-week corporate job and a salary was awesome. But what happened after my daughter came and it was time for me to go back to work after maternity leave, I was just hit with this like punch in the face that when I was working 40 hours a week, I watched somebody else be with my daughter all day long. And that was very difficult. And I started to get really bitter. And what was really even extra sad on top of this is I was getting bitter and resentment towards my mom, because my mom was the one who was in a stage of her life where she was able to, provide that childcare for my daughter, which she loved it. I mean, I grew up with my mom being a single mom, and she worked full time. I mean, I was the kid who was dropped off at daycare at 6 a.m. and was picked up at 6 p.m. And not that there's anything wrong with it, man. No one's going to hold that against her. She was a mama providing for her baby, and ain't no one's going to hold that against her. Heck no. But this was her time. This was her time to be able to live that life she couldn't when I was a baby, and she got to live through my daughter, her first granddaughter, which is so cool and exciting. But y'all, I was bitter and I was angry and I was jealous, and I was showing up to work crying and sad and upset. And I just felt like all of a sudden in my life, I came to a point where I was 27 years old and I just felt straight stuck. Like it was like, okay, I worked so hard, and I did have to work hard because I didn't have that college education. I felt like I always had to work kind of 10 times harder, but I always had good work ethic. Like when I was a preschool teacher, a preschool teacher's salary does not afford a California lifestyle. So I'd be a preschool teacher during the day and I would go work as a cocktail waitress at night. I always had good work ethic. But at this moment in my life, I just felt really stuck. And so I don't know if any of you guys listening to this can relate to this. If you just feel stuck at your job, in a relationship, just stuck. I don't know how else to describe it. I didn't know what to do. I just felt like I was grasping at straws, trying to figure out what the heck am I supposed to do with my life. I had to work. We had lived a dual income lifestyle, living in California. And even if I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, that wasn't in the cards for me. Now, what I've learned about myself is being a stay-at-home mom is not for me. If you're a stay-at-home mom, this is absolutely like being a stay-at-home mom. The reason why it's not for me is because truly I believe it's one of the hardest jobs in America. And you know what? I wish I loved to cook. I wish I loved to clean. Oh my gosh, people who love to clean, I'm so jealous. I wish I had that in me. I don't like to cook, clean, do laundry, and it's just, it's exhausting. And so here I am at this like turning point, and really what I wanted was I wanted to have my cake and eat it too. That's where I was at. And so I thought about some ideas. And so what I thought about doing was going back to preschool teaching. And then, because I thought if I went to preschool teaching, then I can bring my baby to work with me and I would get discount childcare. Like, so I was thinking all about it. I actually reached out to my old preschool, and they didn't have my position open anymore because when I left, I was the office manager and whatnot. So anywho, I was just stuck. At this time was when Mary Kay came into my life. And so what I want to share with you guys is that Mary Kay was not this like, oh my gosh, like Mary Kay is going to change my life. I'm going to drive a pink Cadillac, and this is going to be everything I've been looking for. I love lipstick. I love makeup. No, absolutely not. This is not what this was. When Mary Kay came into my life, it did give me some hope that maybe this would be an opportunity for me to make some side cash so I can quit my full-time job, get a part-time job. And literally where I was thinking about applying for was Hallmark, because I was like, what brings me joy? Well, I like making people happy, and I can help them pick out cards for special occasions. And so I started having this vision of that maybe this would be an opportunity that would bring in a side cash. So someday I can quit my full-time job to work part-time, to be part-time stay-at-home mom. And I was fully prepared to eat macaroni and cheese and hot dogs for the rest of my life. And so what I'm telling you is when Mary Kay came into my life, I was considering doing Mary Kay to be broke, not to make a bunch of money. I was fully prepared to work, give Mary Kay a try, make it work so I can quit my full-time job, do a part-time job, do Mary Kay, and be broke. But at least that would bring me home part-time so I could raise my baby, because I wanted to be the one instilling the pleases and the thank yous. And so maybe you're not a mom and you can't relate to this. Maybe you are, a grandma. Maybe you're someone getting ready to retire. Maybe you're like, Crystal, I'm an empty nester. I just kicked my last kid out of the house. I'm like, hallelujah, they're gone. Whatever stage of life you're in, to look at it as, what is something that you're longing for? Maybe it's travel, maybe it's experience, maybe it's more time for yourself. And so that's what Mary Kay was for me at that time. And so I was a little reluctant to say yes to Mary Kay, only because, you guys, I didn't have a lot of confidence doing facials, connecting with women. Like, that was not for me. I was like, I had girlfriends for sure. Like, I connected well with women. I loved women, but it was just easier for me to connect with like children, connect maybe more with men. It was insecurities. You guys, I was an insecure person. I had like not even a low self-esteem. I just had a zero self-esteem. And I was kind of a negative Nancy. I was the one who, if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do Mary Kay, I'm going to change my life, and I'm going to earn a pink Cadillac, my life is going to be amazing, I'd be the dream crusher. I'd be like, girl, don't quit your day job. That thing, it doesn't work. Only the 1 in a million will be successful. It's like, how can I be supportive to other people? And how can I be nice to other people when I couldn't even be nice to myself, right? And so I was a little negative. And so when Mary Kay came into my life, I'm like, I'm going to give this a try, see if I work. What do I got to lose? Like, I got nothing to lose. Like, there was no strings attached. I buy the starter kit bag and I give it a try. And if it's not for me, who cares? Like, I get all this free stuff in the bag. What does it matter? And when I found out the facts of Mary Kay, when I laid in and said, give me the hardcore facts. I'm a very emotional person. I am a feeler. I make decisions a lot on emotions, but I also am extremely logical. And so when I found out that you make a 50% profit, if I do a facial for someone and I sell $200 and I just made $100, and it's a consumable product that they're going to wash down the drain every night, which means reorder business, residual income, that just made business logical sense that, shoot, even if I got, my mom on the product, my best friend on the product, 2 people from work and myself, that's 5 customers. I can make some side cash with that, with making 50% profit. Of course, I had to try the product. I was a licensed esthetician at this time as well, which worked really great for me. What got me into become a licensed esthetician. So I was a preschool teacher, I was a licensed esthetician, I was working at the bars, and then I transitioned into IT staffing, and then I did esthetician on the side. I was Jill of all trades. I tried it all, whatever. But what I love, I used to have horrible acne, like bad skincare. And so I got into aesthetics because I wanted to help people feel more confident in their skin, because I know how that hits your self-esteem when you just look in the mirror and you feel like super ugly, right? You don't like what's staring back at you. But what worked really well with me working in the spas, you guys, because of my insecurities, they come in, they lay on the table, I rub their face, and I don't even need to talk to them. I don't need to worry about knowing how to make small talk. I don't like, they're like quiet, relaxing, sleeping half the time, and I'm just rubbing their face. It was awesome. And so I knew that I needed to, the point of me sharing that with you is that I knew good product, and I couldn't get into Mary Kay if the product wasn't good and if I wasn't going to use it myself. And so when I actually tried the Mary Kay products, I was like, hot dang, this stuff is actually phenomenal. And the price point is amazing. I looked up all the ingredients, I did the research, and so that sold me to try it as well. 50% off. It was a quality product. They had their own dermatologist and doctor team. They formulate and create their own products. They're not just bought at farm sites, which most products are. There's very, very few companies that actually manufacture, create, research, and develop their own product. Most products you're buying from makeup counters, they are products that you can buy from other companies, and they just slap labels on them. And, I learned this all from being in the industry. So you guys, 50% profit. The product was great. Best case scenario, I get a couple customers and I make some side cash. Best case scenario, I could make enough money to quit my full-time job, do this part-time, do something else. So it was like a win-win situation. I was willing to give it a try. I would never know if I never failed. And when I started Mary Kay, I'm going to tell you the biggest game changer that made me super successful really fast in Mary Kay. What made me really successful and really fast in Mary Kay is the mentorship. The mentorship in Mary Kay is very different than you'll find other places. The culture is very different. I shared with you as a negative Nancy, when I started Mary Kay, I was surrounded by women who were positive, who were thinking thoughts like, I'm going to earn a free car. I'm going to retire my husband. I'm going to earn this free trip to this fancy country. I don't even know where it is on the map. And so I started to think this way. And that's what started to come into fruition into my life. And so after I started Mary Kay, what made me move so fast was the women I surrounded myself in, and a mentor that breathed belief into me. And it was the first time I truly believed in myself. And so I just didn't doubt. I just ran, and I was just a student. I did what they said to do. And so if they said, call 5 people and say this, I called 5 people and did this, and I booked appointments. And I just was a student and was willing to really give it a try and see if it would work. There was like no long-term commitment or risk, really. And so in my first few months, I did quit my full-time corporate job. I think that I definitely did it premature. I'm grateful I did. I would probably never recommend anyone to quit their job as fast as I did, because we had a mortgage and car payments and a brand new baby. My daughter was 9 months old. So that was kind of crazy, but I'm so grateful I did. It obviously worked out for me. But after a full 1.5 years, you guys, when I started Mary Kay, I was very busy with the fact of being a new mom, still nursing my baby. My husband worked 7 nights a week. 7. He didn't have one night off for 2 solid years. And so 6 months into him working 7 nights a week, I started Mary Kay. And after 1.5 years of me building my Mary Kay business, y'all, I was able to bring my husband home from working 7 nights a week to 0 nights a week. The moment I started making more money than my husband was a game changer. It was interesting at first. It was a little bit of a navigation in that transition. Oh my gosh, but it's been such a blessing to see my husband build such a beautiful relationship with our daughter, and then on with our son, and to be able to really step into that role of a stay-at-home dad and being business partners together from home and just truly living out our dream life. I earned my first free car in Mary Kay in just 4 months, really working my business part-time. When I started Mary Kay, I worked Tuesdays and 1 Saturdays. That's how I implemented it into my life. My mom was not full-time childcare, part-time. And so Tuesdays and Saturdays was like her first like big commitment to helping out with my daughter, which was just so awesome. And so anyways, it's just been such a blessing. And the most common questions people ask me about Mary Kay is, great, good for you, Crystal. You made $1 million in your first 6 years. You were able to retire your husband in 1.5 years, but like, how do you really get to make money? Well, as I already shared with you, you make a 50% profit, which is absolutely phenomenal. I love selling this product. I still sell this product because it makes me feel so good to see women start on such amazing skincare and to see their confidence shift and to see their face just like glow. It makes such a difference. And I love that like high really of selling the product. It feels so good. I love it. But the second way to make money is our team building program. So it's really easy to have people join your team, especially when you're first starting out your business. This is how I added my team members so quickly. It's not hard to add people when you're excited and you're passionate about something. And no, I wasn't passionate about skincare. I wasn't really passionate about lipstick, but passion isn't a thing. When we say like, find your passion, what's your passion? Passion isn't a person, place, or thing. Passion is energy. Passion is a feeling. And so Mary Kay gave me hope. I was winning. I was moving forward. I was seeing this like vision of what was possible for my life. And that was giving me passion and excitement, and people wanted excitement and passion in their life. And so they jumped on board with me. My best friend jumped on board with me. We earned our first free cars together. We earned our pink Cadillacs together. It was so fun. And so what I love about when people join your team, you make a commission off of the sales they put into the company, but no girlfriends are exchanging money. So yes, I've made a lot of money off of my best friend in Mary Kay. A lot of money, but it comes from Mary Kay corporate. It doesn't come from her pocket. And so being a brand new beauty consultant, add one new team member onto your team, you start making a commission. And Mary Kay actually just doubled the commission structure as brand new beauty consultants as of January 1st, which is so awesome. And so to share with you, which is really cool to just know about the company, is that Mary Kay is family owned. We're debt free, which is so awesome. We're a multi-billion-dollar company. We just got a new president a few years ago. Our other president retired, but our new president has been with Mary Kay for over 20 years. And so he hired an outside firm to come in and evaluate our company compared to all the other direct sales companies. And he made some shifts and changes to make sure that Mary Kay was the absolute best. We are the #1 direct sales company out of all the direct sales companies out there. So that's awesome. But he made those changes to implement a higher commission structure for our consultants. And you guys get this. Another question people ask me about all the time is the free cars. And so get this, as of January 1st, consultants for the first time can earn an all expenses paid trip. It's a cruise to the Bahamas. The company pays for the airfare. They pay for your cruise for you and one other person of your choice. You can bring your daughter, you can bring your husband, you can bring your boyfriend, you can bring your best friend, which is so amazing. So Mary Kay has an awesome prize incentive program, which is just, I like to call it our motivational program. And I am motivated by winning things. Like, winning things is fun because when you're winning things, you're also making money, which is so cool. So these are diamond rings I've earned from Mary Kay. I've earned trips around the world, places like Beijing, China, Shanghai. I've been to Monaco, Argentina, Italy, all sorts of fun places. And so those you get to earn when you're in a leadership position. But like I mentioned, right now, brand new beauty consultants are earning a trip as well. So if you do have an interest in the business, you guys, it's like, shoot, give Mary Kay a try and just earn this cruise. And if you decide that Mary Kay's not for you, then just quit and earn the free cruise. It's like perfect time to try it out for size and just see if Mary Kay fits in your life, you know? Okay, so main question people ask, how we make money. I covered that. If you have any other questions, you guys, type it. I will answer them. If I don't see them as I'm talking, I will come back and answer them. So please ask if you have questions. So how we make money, prizes. Yes, you guys, free cars. People ask me all the time. Yes, I drive a pink car. I drive a pink Escalade. They're not all pink. There's a Chevy Malibu, a Equinox, which is an SUV. They have a limited edition. You guys, get ready for this. It is a Mini Cooper. It's black with pink racing stripes. It's the cutest car ever. Pink Cadillac and pink Escalade. So the car program is actually absolutely phenomenal. And all you do is you sign your name on 2 pieces of paper and it's yours. You get a new one every other year. And if you're like, I'm a truck girl, or I love my, Lexus I'm rolling in, you can take cash instead. So instead of my Escalade, I can take $1,400 every single month, and that just goes into my commission check, which is super cool. When you take the car, they pay for your tax, your license, your registration, and about, depending on your driving record, how good or how bad it is, about 85% of your car insurance, which is super awesome. So our car program is amazing, and I've been driving free for 9 years. I've been driving free since I've been in the business for 4 months. I've earned multiple cars. I've driven them all, and the pink Escalade is definitely the best. So I love the prize incentive program. Another question people ask me all the time is like, how does this work with like education? I know nothing about makeup or skincare. Y'all, most people don't. Like, that's the average. We teach you everything you need to know. So if you're willing to learn, we got you covered, sister. We have lots of online training. We have consultants on listening right now because they get to learn how I answer questions and answer the most common questions and talk about the business so they can adopt it and learn. We have a Mary Kay University online. It's like an online college course. That's so easy. It's like, is your skin oily or dry? Not the compound square over the power of whatever math equation. And you can get it done in a couple days, and it's totally free at your access online, which is so super cool. So we have all the training as much or as little as you want, which is super awesome. One of the most common questions as well people ask me is, about Mary Kay specifically, is I don't have time. Like, I am busy. Y'all, that everyone's busy. And if you are someone who's looking for more, you want more, you can make time. And if you can find a few extra hours a week, we can show you how to build a Mary Kay business. It is a customizable business plan. Most people who do Mary Kay, I would say like at least 90% of the people who do Mary Kay are full-time student, full-time work, full-time mom, or all of the above. It's a customizable business plan. For some people, it's a side hustle business. It's just some extra cash. And for some people, it turns into a full-time career, as it did for me. Never did I think that it would, but it's amazing. I love freedom and flexibility. I love being in control of my own schedule. I love that, in corporate America, it was my corporate job and I had to build everything around that. Mary Kay's allowed me to put my husband, my daughter, my son in the center of my life, and I get to build my business around that. And that has just been such a beautiful shift in our family's dynamic, which is great. So it's a customizable business plan, and we can help make you time, okay, and customize it to your busy, crazy life. Now, I'm going to share a couple tips with you that I have, no matter what your goals are as an entrepreneur. I'm going to give you 5 tips that I have found to help you become an even more successful entrepreneur or just a businesswoman. But before I go there, I'm going to answer one last question that people ask me, and this is a newer question, and that is, why choose Mary Kay? Like, there's a lot of options out there for direct sales, for side businesses, and you guys, there's a lot of direct sales companies out there, and they are great. Like, I'm not going to speak negative about any direct sales companies because, sister, if it's working for you, you go for it. I mean, like, power to women entrepreneurs, no matter if you're selling clothing, jewelry, makeup, like what have you. Like support small businesses. Let's come together and support one another, not be against one another, right? And so with that, asking that question, like, Crystal, like I'm thinking about doing this, but why should I choose Mary Kay versus this? You know, one reason I would say is that we are the #1 direct sales company out there, which says something. We are one of the first, the originals. We've been around for 55 years, from Mary Kay Ash herself, one of the most recognizable female entrepreneurs that blazed the trails that forever changed life and opportunity for women. You guys, get her book. Her autobiography is phenomenal. In a lot of business schools, it's a required reading. I'm at the Harvard Business School. It's a book that they teach out of. She's a brilliant woman. And so we are the #1 direct sales business company. So there's reason enough. One thing I love that brings passion to me is the type of company and the culture and the people. Mary Kay, her Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation, it's something that she was so passionate about, and the existence of this company and our charitable foundation are 3 things, and that is enriching women's lives, empowering women, allowing women to believe that they can do, be, and have anything if they're willing to believe in themselves and take action, right? And so she gave us this equal business opportunity for us as women. #2 is finding a cure for cancers that affect women. Our Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation, we donate 97%. If you know anything about charities, that is such an amazing number to be so proud of. And so 1 in 3 women are affected by some form of cancer. And so Mary Kay, we fund a lot of doctors on their research. We have helped eliminate a huge chunk. I think it's like 90-something%. Like, I can't remember the number, but it is 90-something% of all the strands of HPV, which is just brilliant. We're literally eliminating cancer, and every single year there's 11,000 new cases of cervical cancer. And so Mary Kay plays a huge role in that. And so when I give beauty experiences to women and they wash their face with Mary Kay, they're proud to support a company that is making an impact in our community and for women, women empowerment for sure. And then one of their 3rd main missions is putting a stop to domestic violence, which I am absolutely passionate about. 1 in 4 women are affected by some form of domestic violence, whether it's emotional, physical, or sexual abuse. And I am 1 in 4. And so with that being said, I am so passionate about running alongside a company that has a voice in this. We fund and keep open 150 different women and children shelters across the United States. And so for you being on this live as one of our customers, whether Mary Kay's for you or not, being an entrepreneur and having a side business and joining our family and our team, for you to have pride in being one of our customers, being a supporter to your beauty consultant, that when you are choosing to wash your face with Mary Kay, that you are a part of something so much bigger that is impacting our community. Mary Kay is so much more than a lipstick, y'all. We are making a huge difference. We build Habitat for Humanity homes across the nation. The list goes on. Our Going Green campaign, we just planted our 1,000,000th tree this last year, y'all. This company is out of this world, amazing and phenomenal. And so to be able to join a company that's not just in it for P&L, profit and loss, and that people are a number. Mary Kay designed this business plan on a yellow legal pad with P&L standing for people and love. She was turned away bank after bank, them telling them that you cannot run a company this way and pay the people that you're going to pay them. And she said that I know that if I take care of my people will take care of my business and our legacy. And of course, just like all the big greats that you heard of all the people, Walt Disney, the lady, oh my gosh, who wrote the Wizard Hobbit books. You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, it's losing my mind. But the people who were turned down time and time again that became big greats, like to be a part of a company, to sell an amazing, reputable product, the #1 skincare and cosmetic line in the nation. Oh my gosh, and to be around big thinking women, you become the average of who you surround yourself with. That's why you choose Mary Kay, because you will have the coolest, most kick-ass group of girlfriends that when you get knocked down, they're going to be there to scoop you back up and run with you. The women in Mary Kay are out of this world, and I love the tribe, the friendships that I have collected in the last 9 years from Mary Kay. Out of this world, the most dynamic, amazing women. Mary Kay has allowed me to grow in my faith even more by being around these women. And it is a Christian-based company, which is so awesome. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be Christian and be in the company, but Mary Kay's core philosophies is putting your faith first, your family second, and your career third. And when you put things in the right order, everything will flourish. And so I've been so grateful that Mary Kay has allowed me to lead my life like that. I am unapologetically passionate about this opportunity because it has changed my life so much. It has empowered me. It has allowed me to find my confidence, grow in myself. And because I found my confidence and grew a self-esteem, you can't give something you don't have. And the fact that now I am able to give that away, I can give that to other women. I give that to my daughter. It's made me a better mother. It's made me a better wife. It's made me a better daughter, friend. It's made me a better communicator. I have learned so much in this business. I've learned so much in this culture of Mary Kay with amazing women. And so I really do believe, if you're sitting here listening to this today as a guest, you know, I really do want to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to give Mary Kay a try. Now, the people who are on this call as consultants, they have been trained by me, and they know that we do not stress and pressure people into trying Mary Kay, because that is a recipe for failure. We do not want to try to convince you or coerce you into doing Mary Kay. We want women who want to do Mary Kay. We want women who want more out of life, who are looking for more self-growth, who are looking for more fun, who are looking for more friends, who are looking for more financial freedom. We want women who simply want more out of life. And if that's you, awesome. And so with that being said, I'm going to challenge you. Give Mary Kay a try. You know, give it 6 months. Give it 1 year and just see what it could do for you. One thing that I can promise you is that even after 6 months, a year, if you decided, frankly, that you hated people, you hated working with people, you hate skincare, you hate makeup, it's the devil. If you decided that, y'all, you can just quit. But what I can promise you is that Mary Kay will have an impact and a lasting impression, a positive impression and impact in your life. You'll walk away with friends, you'll walk away feeling empowered, you'll walk away with something that will touch your life. And it's an amazing opportunity. And so let me answer one question before I go over these 5 things, because I believe these 5 things are going to be helpful for you. If you have the interest in starting Mary Kay, there is a promotion this month you need to know about. This is not a promotion I'm putting on. It's not a promotion your consultant's putting on. It's through the company. Okay. So when you join Mary Kay, every beauty consultant starts in the same spot, and you buy this business kit. Okay. This business kit is $100. It's so cute. Look at it. It's lined with floral. Okay. It's $100, and it is filled with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of skincare, makeup supplies, like our CC creams, makeup samples, customer sales slips, educational material. It is your starter kit to start your business. Our skincare line alone is more expensive than the bag. So what I'm telling you is that it is like a Groupon deal. Now, we don't want to just sell the bag. Of course, it's the best deal. It's the cheapest thing. If you want to get on our amazing skincare, which our new Miracle 3D set, if you are not on it, get on it. It is a game changer. We have patented encapsulated resveratrol in it, which you cannot get from any other skincare line. Go Google resveratrol and you'll be like, holy cow, I need to get this stuff on my face and in my body, because it is like going to preserve this. It is so awesome. It's plant-based. It's amazing. Game changer in slowing down the aging process. Okay, so go Google it. You'll see all these amazing studies on it. So anyways, everyone starts at the same spot, buying this kit for $100. And then we help you get started. We navigate you through doing your first skincare class, initiating your 50% discount. And really, you can do as much or as little as you want. If you're like, hey, I want to buy the bag and I want, like 5 customers, and just this is going to just be some small little extra cash and me get my half off. great. If you're like, hey, Crystal, this is not a full-time thing. Show me how to make an extra $1,000 with Mary Kay every month because that would make a huge impact in my family. Great, we'll show you how to do that. If you're like, sister, I'm ready to go big and go home, like show me how to earn a free car, make a six-figure income like you. I want to make $1 million. You guys, I can show anyone. I can show and teach and lead anyone to make a six-figure income with Mary Kay. Doesn't matter what you know or who you know. It's you need to have the willingness to learn and just simply the word willingness. That's it, the willingness to take action, and I can show anyone. So that's what it takes to get started. The special promotion this month is not only do you get the skincare, the full size retail CC creams, full size satin hands, eye makeup remover, all the things that comes in there. You're also going to get our professional brush set. If you went to buy a brush set of the quality that we have with all the pieces it comes with at like Sephora, you're going to be spending almost $200. Okay, so you get a professional makeup brush set for free when you join Mary Kay in the month of March, plus the kit. So it's kind of like give it a try. Get your 50% discount, host a beauty experience with your girlfriends, and just see if it's for you. And if it's for you, great, keep going. And if it's for not, then go back to being your beauty consultant's customer, or be your own best customer, get 50% off. That's basically what it's like. But it's one of those things, y'all, you never know if you never try. You never know if you never try. You guys, I started Mary Kay to be broke. My highest 1 month commission check in 1 month, not including my sales, has been $27,000. That is more than I made 9 years ago as a preschool teacher. Actually, preschool teaching probably 11 years ago now, okay? Every single month for the last 5 years, I've not fallen below $10,000 a month. Not too shabby for a college dropout. I am not sharing that with you to be bragful or boastful. This can be a part-time business, but oh my gosh, it could be something even more. But you'll never know if you never try. So don't let that fear hold you back, because I'm telling you what, it is 0% commitment. It's 0% commitment. There's no strings attached. Buy the bag, give it a try. And if it's not for you, quit. I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to buy the bag just to think to quit, but I want you to know that that's there for you, okay? But it's 100% opportunity, and that's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to give you, we're going to end with this. You guys were doing so good on time. I wanted to end in an hour. So here we go. Let's do this. As women, as business women, as moms, as someone who wants to open up an Etsy store, someone who wants to go into business for themselves, someone if you're in another direct sales company or you want to start Mary Kay, these are 5 tips as a successful entrepreneur who has gone from a woman with 0 self-esteem, without a college degree, a woman who had the dreams of being a wife and a mother because that's all I thought I was capable of doing, and set the goal of going to college to become a preschool teacher because that's what I thought I was only smart enough to be and to do, to being a Mary Kay millionaire, traveling the world for free on Mary Kay's dime, being able to retire my husband, work from home, have Mary Kay buy our dream home. I don't tell you this to be bragful, y'all. I tell you this because I truly believe with every fiber in my being, you can do it too. There is nothing different in me besides these 5 things. And you have these 5 things already inside of you. It's just your willingness to unwrap those gifts that you have ever been given. Because if you've ever looked at somebody successful and you think, oh my gosh, she's so successful, she has this, she has that, it's merely just a reflection of things you already have inside of you. So it's time to wake up, sister. It's time to dream bigger and do bigger, because your daydreams can absolutely become your reality, but it's going to start with you. Nobody can do it for you. So here we go. My number 1 key is to be consistent. Be consistent in your decision and in your action in a long-term vision. We live in a microwave society. Our newest generation, Generation Z, the studies is that they have a attention capacity of 8 seconds. Our millennials have the highest percentage and the highest growing rate, 67 or 64. I'm creating this whole training on this, millennials, of depression. okay? Because they want overnight quick success. Social media is so loud. There's this thing of perfectionism. So when everything doesn't go right and it's not perfect right away, they quit, they get into this failure mode. This is the deal. No one's an overnight success. People who you think are an overnight success, there are plenty of failures. And so this is the deal. Consistency is key, is to keep going, even if it's small little consistencies every single day, right? Every single day. So stay consistent, set a goal, and keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. Take one step forward every single day. It's like riding a bike. If you're riding a bike and you're going up that hill, if you stop pedaling and you stop, you're going to have to get off the bike and push the bike up the hill. And it's going to be 10 times harder. So just stay consistent and just stay in motion with activity every single day, no matter what your goals are, okay? Number 2 is believing in yourself and holding tight to the belief and understanding that doubt is normal. And so many times women think like, what's wrong with me? I see all these women who are so confident and they're doing everything so great. And here I am beating myself up thinking I'm not pretty enough, smart enough, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm not enough that. But the deal is that that doubt is superhuman nature and normal. It's what you do with that doubt. It's the power of the second thought. So as quickly as the doubt creeps in, you push it out with a positive, powerful thought. You know, I'm not smart enough to do this. I'm getting even smarter every single day. So it's training your brain to recognize those negative thoughts and to put in that second powerful thought. It's the opposite of the thought. And so train your brain to think positive and hold tight into the belief, because you are the only person who can give yourself that belief. You can borrow belief from people, which is great. But at the end of the day, you're in control of confidence, which will give you the belief, okay? And confidence is a skill. It is a skill that can be learned, and that is exciting news. Number 3, what are you listening to and who are you listening to? As a successful entrepreneur, one thing that I can tell you is that we are always a student and we are always learning. Growth is success. Growth is life. Once we stop growing, we start dying. And so growth is listening to positive entrepreneur podcasts, listening to positive things. Who are you listening to? Who are your circle of influences? Are you hanging around negative people? Or are you around people who are like, girl, you can do it? They're breathing belief into you, because this is the deal. You become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So are you around people in your room? If you put all the people who speak into your life the most, if you put them into your room, are you the most biggest thinker and the most powerful? Then you're in the wrong room. Surround yourself with women who are going to empower you. And so I'm not saying you need to cut these people out of your life, but to be a successful entrepreneur, the people who are not bringing you up and elevating you, just turn the volume down and make sure you're only allowing people to breathe that positivity into you. What are you allowing into your space? Because the biggest thing that holds people back is their mindset. And so make sure you're filling yourself up with positive mindset, positive books on tape, leadership tapes, podcasts, all those great things. And not even if you're like, hey, entrepreneurship isn't for me. Well, let me tell you, it will be a game changer and a life changer, just as you, as a woman, as a mom, as a wife, as a sister, as a friend, having that self-growth and self-development has been such a game changer in my life in the last 9 years. Be willing to fail. Be willing to fail forward. If you are not ready to fail, then you are not ready to handle success. Because with success becomes failure, and failures are lessons. And I know failure is such a bad word, but it's like a toddler. A toddler doesn't get up and take a few steps and fall down and be like, oh crap, that didn't work. Well, I'm never walking. Heck no, they get back up and try again, and they fall and they failed at walking and they get back up again. And so adopt that toddler-like mindset and excitement and happiness and joy in life as well. And so know that in those failures, there's lessons. Be willing to get back up one more time. And things aren't meant to be easy. And be okay with navigating through the hard. Be okay. Tell yourself, I can do hard things. And hard, for some people, is such a bad word, but you know, it's hard to stop eating sugar. It's hard maybe to not open up a bottle of wine every night. It's hard to go to the gym when you're exhausted after work. It's hard to stay calm with your children when you had a stressful day at work and all you want to do is just sit down and veg. It's hard to do the science project with your kids. It's hard to navigate through marriage. It's hard to navigate through, your best friend going through a heartache. Life is hard, but it doesn't mean that it's not worth it and there can't be joy in those seasons. Truly, when we can understand that pain has purpose, it allows us to see the blessings that are there. And I know I opened that up in the beginning, but oh my gosh, that has just been allowed me to truly see open doors when I feel like every door is shutting in my face, whether it be personal or work life. Know that there's always another door open, always, even in the most painful seasons. And my mom taught me that. My mom is the strongest woman. To see my mom go through losing her son, to lose your 8-year-old child, and to see my mom still have to go on because she had to provide for me, to see my mom forgive that teenage boy, you guys, he was 17. I just discovered that this year when my mom and I connected and, talked about it. And there was a lot of fog there and pain. There's a lot of things I knew about the situation and she didn't know. And so I share that with you because I am not discounting the pain and the frustration you might be going through. And you're like, this sounds like a great opportunity, but I have this crisis going on. But what I'm telling you right now is that life is always going to be bringing some sort of a crisis in our life. And I don't mean to be negative, but it's just the reality of, like, if you wait for the perfect time, you might be passing on an opportunity. And it might be one of those things where it's like, God, I asked for you, like, you didn't answer my prayers. I asked for you. And they're like, I gave you the lifeboat. And he's like, the story where he's stranded on the island. He's like, God, why didn't you send me a lifeboat? And he was like, I did. I sent you the first boat, but you said that, you got it. God was going to save you. And he's like, dude, I sent you because I believe God is going to say, dude, because I say dude all the time, dude, I sent you all these life rafts and you didn't take it. And so it's like, this might be the opportunity right in front of you. I didn't think that it was going to come from Mary Kay. I didn't think that at all. And so I'm not discounting some pain and drama that might be going into your life, but what I'm telling you is that when doors feel like they're closed, there's a lot of open ones for you. And number 5 in being an entrepreneur or being successful, and I can promise you this will bless you in whatever business adventure that you take, and that is to never, ever quit. When I started Mary Kay, I told myself as I jumped in and after I quit my full-time job, which was scary for me, I burned the bridge and there was no looking back. And I told myself, failure was not an option. If all these other women can be successful and earn free cars, I can too. And failure would not be an option. And I know I said you fail along the way, but failure of not getting to where I wanted to go, I would get there. And quitting was not an option for me because quitters never win and winners never, ever quit. I promise you, if you say yes to Mary Kay, you will be glad you did. And if you don't, I want you to know that we are so happy and so blessed to have you as one of our customers and supporting this amazing, beautiful company that puts such a huge impact in our communities. And when one woman grows in her confidence and changes her life, it's going to be passed on to her children. It's going to be passed on to her community, which is going to change the world. I truly do believe that entrepreneurs and women who choose to grow in themselves and gain that confidence, that it truly does infiltrate into our community and into our world, and we get to make a difference and an impact and leave a legacy behind. And that is such a cool thought. So in closing, I'm going to post a link. It is a Google form for you to fill out. It is just multiple choice. You're just going to enter in your name, who's your beauty consultant, and you're just going to click multiple choice and answer. I think it's like 4 questions. Super simple. It'll take you 30 seconds. Fill that out, submit that. If there's, code word, Code word, here we go. It is springtime, okay? It is springtime, so it's the first day of spring. So that is your code word. Put that in there. And if there's anybody else that you think that they would be motivated by listening to this just in life, or they want to earn some of these awesome new springtime lip stains, just add them into this group, have them watch back this live, have them fill out the form by Friday, and we will get them in and entered, and we will be announcing the winners after this weekend. All right, you guys, happy first day of spring. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope I blessed you in some way. Talk to you soon. If you have any questions, please write them down and I will answer them. Or don't write them down, type them out in the comments. I won't see the written ones. All right, bye guys.